Last time on Shadow Peace, Kaido declared his victory over Moria, but also his willingness to cooperate with the samurai from now on. The Azure Dragon's plan was to destroy all of Wano and make it his full weapon factory location. However, with Ryuma's presence and the samurai's strength continuing to increase, he sees more value in changing his plans. A future in which Kaido and Wano are partners, on good terms, awaits us. It doesn't matter if the civilians are not happy with this option, but at the current time, the Scabbards and the Yakuza bosses are not strong enough just yet to win against this emperor. While Ryuma has the abilities to win, he doesn't want to. This is a matter of the new generation. The new generation has to take care of this and not him. His existence is an anomaly, an abnormality, and nobody knows how long it will continue now that Moria is dead. Brook continues to console Perona. Tanji is keeping Absalom on his feet, and Hawkback has disappeared into the crowd. Every member of the Thriller Bark Pirates handles the events of their captain's death differently. After all, their relations with Moria all varied a lot. Victory is meant to be a moment of happiness, cheering, and festivities. All of these things should be happening right now. But instead, the samurai and their allies are not allowed to celebrate. Moria's comrades were basically the main reason they could reach this place. Without them, nothing like this would have been possible. And celebrating, even though he isn't with them anymore, would just be wrong. The Heart Pirates pick up Law, and the Kid Pirates carry their captain. They can't do anything against Kaido at this point of time, so they want to remain hidden until they can escape off Onigashima. Even their captains wouldn't like this. With the battle over, Kaido slowly starts to lower the island himself. Momonosuke and Yamato already noticed Moria's voice disappearing. And this is the reason why Momo thinks about giving up, just doing whatever Kaido wants. He can't do it anymore without Moria. Without the Shadow Emperor, they don't have a chance. Yamato, on the other hand, wants Momonosuke to fight until the very end. Just to make sure Kaido doesn't betray the samurai's trust and still doesn't drop Onigashima on the Flower Capital, the two of them decide to continue with the Flame Cloud plan. Two emperors have fallen in this raid, the official emperor Big Mom and the non-official emperor Gecko Moria. Now the question is, who will take up the empty spot as a Yonko? Will it be useless Captain Kidd? Or the Surgeon of Death, Trafalgar Law? Whoever it will be, this is the start of a new era. All Perona and Absalom want to do right now is go to the rooftop and get the body of their captain. They can't just leave him in this place. Thus, they start to make their way up in Onigashima. On the rooftop, Moria's lifeless body remains in the same position. His hair flutters in the wind and his eyes are fully white. There were many things Moria still wanted to do. Killing Kaido would just have been the starting point, and new starting points. After relieving himself of his burdens of the past, Moria wanted to once again go out to the sea and strive to become the Pirate King. Both out of respect for his late comrades of the Gecko Pirates, but also out of his own adventurous passion. Seeing Law motivated him, but if it wasn't for him, Moria might have never died. You might ask yourself, what if Law was never born? But just thinking about what-if scenarios isn't enough. You can't just change the history of the world like this. Even if Perona wished for it with all of her might, turning back time seems impossible. Kaido, together with Ryuma and the other samurai, remain in the performance floor. They are members of different generations and opposite sides. However, everybody knows what it means to mourn over a loved one or somebody you respected. When he was alive, Ryuma lost many people special to him and also heard more than enough stories about death. He also killed more than enough people. Kaido was also devastated after Whitebeard's death. Edward Newgate was a pirate Kaido respected, and his death at the hands of the Marines in a cowardly ambush from Blackbeard goes against everything the Azure Dragon stands for. Wano may be cut off from the rest of the worlds, with no ways of communication. And yet, the entire world instantly learned the news of Moria's death. You might ask yourself, how? But there is a way. In the area of Whole Cake Island, while a battle was going on, Katakuri suddenly noticed his shadow return to him. His first thought was that this meant his mama won in Wano, but he has to concentrate on the enemies in front of him right now. An impel down, Doflamingo is shackled and observed carefully. His shadow returning revealed Kaido's victory to him, and much to the horror of the guards present, he starts laughing like an evil mastermind. In marine bases all over the Grand Line, Marines noticed their shadows returning. With this, it was only a small matter of time until Akainu and the Gorosei also received these news. But not only enemies noticed this. Because Moria grew quite a bit stronger compared to 2 years ago, the shadows remained in the zombies, even when he was unconscious. But this only lasted for 10 minutes of being unconscious, or in this case being dead. As Maria's consciousness can't return anymore, the shadows return to their owners. Close by to Wano, on the island of giants Elbaf, Pyrodine is currently having an exhibition battle to show how much he has grown already on his journey around the world. When he just landed the final strike on his opponent, he also noticed his shadow return to him. While all the members of the Grand Fleet didn't give away their shadows, they still had a piece of Moria's Vibra card. Cavendish, Idio, Blue Gilly, and everybody else had already noticed it starting to burn away, but there wasn't enough time for them to travel to Wano and help with the raid. Pyrodine and his comrades are the closest. However, because of their recent return home, they had been too busy fighting and feasting. Plus, the people of Elbaf are currently preparing for a big festival that always happens around this time of the year. Not being able to help the person they declared their leader is a form of shame they will never forget. As they know that Moria went for Kaido's head in Wano, the King of the Beast has gained a bunch of rookies as new enemies, who are now going to go for his head. In the world that we know, many people are being born right now as we are talking, and many others are setting out for their own journeys. But these people are not the focus of our story. The Strawhat Pirates soon reach the rooftop, and their eyes instantly fall on the body of their captain, their friend, their father figure, standing there. Ghost Princess Perona rushes over as fast as she can, hugging Moria, tears dripping down her face. At this very moment, Moria's death finally felt real to everyone present. Darkness, complete and utter darkness surrounds everyone, especially him. His body feels heavy. He has cuts and bruises all over himself.
Where am I? What is this place? Am I dead?
Moria can't see anything. It feels like his body is falling apart with every second passing. While feeling disconnected from his body, he still tries to move and slowly frees himself. Leaving the place behind where he awakened, countless shadowy arms can be seen. Those things had Moria in a tight grasp. That explains why he couldn't see anything surrounded by all of them, but not exactly what these things are. Trees and stones made out of darkness, every road and path only appearing in black and grey tones. Even the huge river in front of Moria has no colors. It's not clear what he should do, but Moria is not one to just wait around, so he decides to follow the river. Wherever it might lead, it could hold some of the answers he seeks. And this is the end of today's episode of Shadow Piece. We are entering, I guess, the epilogue. Or are we? Well, that's up for you to see in the future. Moria is now somewhere completely else, and everybody is thinking about the future. Will we follow the story of the Grand Fleet? The Alliance of Death has been a big thing, and the Fleet of Death is still strong. Now, can you argue that Hyrodine, Cavendish, Columbus, and all of Idio, Gilly, all these other people together could defeat Kaido? No. Together they are nowhere near and strong enough in my opinion. But maybe your opinion differs from me, so you can tell me that in the comments down below. But that's it for now. All that's left for me to say is stay happy, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay cultured. We'll see each other again in the next video. Until then, bye!